Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Rainbow Depths. This is the deck that I haven't played for a little while. But as it is a Wednesday night, it's a little bit late, but pretty keen to get in a league. So I think Depths is exactly the sort of deck that I want. Nice and quick. A lot of thinking in between those early turns, but one that can really reward that sort of, process of working through your first 1 to 3 turns. The only consideration I had was maybe a fling in the board somewhere. Fling a little bit better than Rite of Consumption because of Veil of Summer. Instant speed doesn't come up too often, but it is still nice to have as well. But I wasn't too sure where to put it. I could actually see it. I am going to try it. I put in the extra Force of Vigor, so we'll see how this comes up. And really, it's just a case of another way to be a little bit faster than combo decks and not have to take the extra turn of actually attacking with it, but we will go from there. Oh wow, there's a prelim starting. These ones never fire, unfortunately, so that's always pretty tough. All right, if I go to gameplay, and then this should fit there. Nice, hopefully this works. It's been a big week. Obviously, Eternal Weekend is coming up, and sadly, just haven't had the time to put together like content about it. I have a lot going on in my head that I'd love to put down on paper. It's just hard to find the time to do that, and really just trying to juggle a few things at once it's pretty tough. But let's get into this league. Also, just a massive personal problem. Got a new screen and just trying to test out where to put the different elements of a stream, like the chat, the actual gameplay, OBS, Spotify, the little stream score text file, obviously Chrome, but it's starting to get there, which is nice. But yeah, Rainbow's in an interesting spot. I know Wiltron 77 gave it a good crack, got some trophies, some good finishes. The deck's never really gone down favorably in the meta. I think people have just moved on to other decks. It's kind of nice to be on something like Naya, where you're not all in on the combo. But I do love the speed of Rainbow. With that little bit of interaction is always nice as well, with things like Stifle, Flusterstorm on the board, Hand Disruption. It can just get there sometimes. I think the big question mark is probably over Yavimaya as another way to turbo out the combo, and if opening yourself up to cards like Submerge, which is seeing play right now, is worth that kind of extra piece of kind of Urborg number 5 in a way from a combo perspective. There are definitely a world where it's not worth it, and that slot could be better used, but definitely open to testing it out. We have been caught once, I believe, where we had to sack. There's something else we had to sack, and we got rid of a land instead of Yavimaya, and we got submerged, and it didn't feel great. But Bracing Borrow is also seeing a lot of play in a lot of the submerged decks you typically see, like Blue Red Delver, so your opponent's going to have a few outs to them for sure. All right, we are in. So that's how it looks. What if I move this over here? Nice. And honestly, it doesn't get too much better. We get to play around days. We have access to Petal. This is kind of a 5 here. We obviously have the combo. We have an extra mana source we need to play around days. We have Needle for Wasteland or Karakas. And these two lands are pretty much useless, but pretty happy to keep this. Well, we tried. I'm going to assume that this is an Echo deck. Oh, with Burning Inquiry. Interesting. Okay. Still a turn 2, which is nice. But I don't think we're going to get another turn, potentially. Can we beat this? Potentially if we draw into a... I don't think so, because even if we draw into a Lotus Petal, we can't. Because we'd take 15. Yeah. Close, though. Let's have a quick check. There is nothing here that actually does anything. There's no, like, Tabernacle, so... I think we just concede not showing what we're on. Lotus Petal, Urborg, Hexmage, they pass. I guess if we had like a Elvish Spirit Guide, then we could win, but otherwise, just GG. Storm, okay. I like the Leylines. I like the Ouphe. I like the Flusters. I'm not sure on the Forces. I don't mind the thought of Fling. I think the Knot of this Worlds can come out. The Needles most likely as well. All we saw that game was LEDs and Lotus Petals. And it could potentially be a land like a Karakas. I still think the fast mana is great for trying to go off faster than them. Obviously, the tutor aspects are great. Stifle is fantastic against actual Storm. I don't mind a... I don't really need the Force. I think I'm happy with this. So here, sadly, we have the Leyline as interaction, but no real mana. So pretty happy to mulligan this. This is actually pretty good because we have turn 1 Urborg into Thoughtseize, and then if we really need to, we can Inquisition them off the Lotus Petal. But I think the Inquisition we put back, because turn 2 is just going to be Thespian stage, play Hexmage, and then Lotus Petal for crop rotation for the 2020. So I'm going to keep this and bottom the Inquisition. There is like a small chance that the 2 life of Thoughtseize is not what we want. But I think being able to take anything is just too good. Okay. Interesting. I've never seen this card before. Another way to discard it and draw 7? That's pretty cool. I think here it's just going to be the opposition agent because it actually does something. Actually, no, I don't need to, because what I can do here is play the... Oh, no, I can't play the Petal and crop, because then I'll lose the Urborg. This is actually a tough one. So the opposition agent, even without the Dark Ritual, can be cast off Petal. If I take the gamble, it opens up the line of them drawing into either Echo or LED, which is pretty tough. And then, of course, if they draw into LED and play it, and they gamble, they don't really care what they discard. I think for me it's just nice to know that the opposition agent is gone, just in case they go like, I get this is tough because what are the chances? Hey Steve, welcome. Hope you're well. What are the chances that they go, land, Lotus Petal, Ritual, Agent, pass? Because as long as they have Petal open and Ritual in hand and an opposition agent, then we can never crop rotate because they can opposition agent in response. So I think here we actually just go for opposition agent. It's pretty tough. Yeah. I feel like I'm okay playing the Petal because it allows us to cast crop if we really want to, for something like a Bojuka Bog. But a tough spot for sure. And they drew the LED, so now they just gamble for Echo and they're good to go, which is pretty crazy. Did they try to play the other Petal? Oh, they found another LED. Oh, they potentially gambled for another LED to flash this back. Interesting. Oh. I assume this is instant speed, so I don't think Bojuka Bog does anything here because they can just sack in response. I know, Steve. I know. It's tough. Yeah, I don't think crop does anything here. I think I'd rather hold up the mana potentially. Because if I crop here for Bog, they just sack the 2 LEDs, getting rid of... Oh, they can even ritual off the Lotus Petal and then flash this back for each player to draw 7. So, yeah. Hey, look a boring, welcome. Yeah, alright. I guess we do have Fluster. That's pretty sweet. That's another good reason not to crop there for Bojuka Bog. Hey, give me your oil. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Simian Spirit Guide. Mox Opal, sure. They're down to 4 cards. Oh, this is going to hardcast Echo. I guess we got if they... Like, my line here is probably just to crop for Bog next turn to keep them off the mana for flashing back Echo. Like, I don't think there I can just allow them to have the Echo. Okay. Small win. See what we draw. Okay. Guess the Gemstone's the land that I care about the least. But now we have nothing, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, I guess we can destroy, oh, okay. I honestly think this time we just Boseiju the Saga. And then next turn we can play Stage with Confluence up, which allows us to crop and then 2 mana for Stage to copy Dark Depths. So let's do that. This is also... do I care? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. I can do it upkeep. It's not too much I think they can do with the mana and upkeep. I guess draw step, just in case they draw like the land they want, but it doesn't make too much sense. I actually don't think this really matters. Allow them to draw. Boseiju this. Three cards in hand for my opponent. Another Saga, 2 cards left. And just a pass. Okay. Playing. I actually want to go for crop rotation right now. Because of the defense grid. So let's crop away the bog and just make the token right now. I didn't actually need to float the mana either. Wow. Got an LED. Okay. Yes, we get a depth and just hope. They can't have 2 more artifacts. 1. And... oh, that's it. Tough. Really tough. Did not expect the chain. I mean, that's exactly why we didn't even show anything game 1, but that is Magic sometimes. Cool combo deck. I was definitely thinking of Mindbreak Traps, but maybe I should, especially for leagues where people are kind of just jamming a bunch of nonsense, trying to get under initiative. Could definitely work. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Karaz. Last scene. Oh, this might be the first time I get to see initiative. Alright. Just too slow. We have 1 piece of the combo, but no way to find the other piece. We have both pieces. We have Stifle. We have Not of This World. I don't mind this. Probably just bottoming the step. And then we have access to this. I assume we just name Karakas with Needle here. I could also hold up the Stifle, which I don't mind. Yeah, I'm happy to hold up Stifle here, especially if it is initiative. Initiative is a little bit like the Crown Thief, where you gain an advantage every upkeep, and you get to move into different dungeons in each upkeep. I hate it. I'm not a fan, but it is where we are. This feels like a chalice. Okay. Just one of those leagues. At least we have Not of This World for Karakas if it does come down. I assume this is... Okay. Yeah, you enter the dungeon each upkeep if you control the initiative, and the way that I get the initiative off my opponent is by attacking them, I believe. Oh wow, they can name activated abilities of sources. Yikes. Yeah. I just think we're way too slow here. Because we don't actually have removal in the main deck. This is going to be brutal. I do like the Fling. I don't mind the Dismembers. I obviously like the Collector Ouphe and the Force of Vigors. The Needles I can see coming down. It's really just Karakas. Let's have a look. Yeah, like Avens are annoying. Swords, of course. I wonder if they take out the chalices or not. I think the Stifles can go. They're just a little bit awkward with chalice if so. And I really just want to be quicker. I still don't mind the knots. Yeah. There is a black fling, but it gets hit by a few cards, like Veil of Summer. Hmm. No pieces of the combo. We technically have one piece of the combo and a Thoughtseize. But that doesn't really do it. I could drop a Spirit Guide here. And then try to draw into one piece. Not a big fan of keeping hands, it's just action or a way to find one piece of the combo. Really think it's worth trying to find both. Well, this is definitely not it. Yikes. This is technically it, but tough. We got to get stage here. Okay, there is a world here where they actually tap the Karakas and cast something, not knowing that we can go off this turn. No. There's a world where I should have just kept the land, but still fine. Happy to keep that. Okay. Just don't have Mind Sensor. I guess they could still, of course, just have Swords to Plowshares. I'm happy to take one draw step. None of this world's still pretty live, but obviously a Mulder 4 is pretty tough. Typically, you can go towards something like a Depths Hexmage and Urborg play. I get one more turn here to draw. Okay. They still have Solitude. There's a world where they just do this upkeep, but I think they obviously play around crop rotation, so I don't actually think Fling is an out here. Tough. Well, it's a good warm-up league. I'm definitely not going to bed like this, so I think we'll definitely play another one after this. Might even switch up the board, seeing what we play against. Hey Panda, welcome. Hope you're well. But yeah, sadly not too much against initiative. I mean, like, Charles is really good post board, and then like obviously Solitudes and Sword's really good. All their creatures are really annoying against the strategy as well, so a lot of ways for the deck to interact with depths, not so much for us to interact with them. No. One piece of the combo, no way to find the other. One piece of the combo, no way to find the other. Okay, we can find both pieces. Happy to drop one Scrying and a land here. We're just gonna take the exploration here, but lands is gonna be a little bit tough. Obviously not the greatest deck to try to go for 2020 against, but we will definitely put up a fight. We'd have some good postboard cards like Leyline Surgical Force. That's a loam. Vanilla Mox is really nice for the loam. Hmm. I don't mind getting Dark Depths just because we have Stage to draw into it and also Hexmage, and we have Stifle for the Saga to go and get something like Needle, so I think it's a pretty tough game one anyway, especially on this start, but I think at least we can try to go for a win before. Okay. Well, they found Maze, which is pretty good against a 2020. Tough. Hmm. I feel like we know their full hand, but just in case. We definitely know about Grove, Tab, Maze, Punishing Fire. I just don't think we have a great out there. Leylines, Forces, Bling, Surgical? Ouphe's like another win con, technically. I don't mind going down on depths. The hand disruption's pretty weak, but I don't mind it on the play. It might just be this. I don't think we need this safe. I guess Safekeeper's pretty good against Mazavith as well as Karakas, so I could see that coming in. I don't mind this as just Leyline into Mana Confluence Needle on Wasteland. Okay. Look, switch Wasteland. Hey, Asheen. Welcome. When am I going to play Burn? Yeah. Look, it might be a little while, but you never know. Petal. Not great. The Saga is such just a good engine when we have the Leyline. But we are... No, I took out the extra Force of Vigor. This is definitely a matchup where the Force of Vigor is really nice. They also just have like Port Mana up plus Saga Mana. I think just in case of like Crop or Dark Depths off the top. I think I'd stifle the ability to make a creature as well, just because it would be a most likely at least a 2/2 into a 3/3 with the Saga. Oh wow, they allow it? Does that mean they have some sort of interaction? Like a Force of Vigor? Two cards left. I don't think I care. Yeah, it's like I think it's either Mox Summon or Shadow Spear. I could stifle it, but I think there's better things to stifle as a just in case. Like if they have their own needle, that's fine. Retrofit of Foundry is the only card that I can think of that might be an issue, but I get a map. Okay. Guess they could go for their own Dark Depths, yeah. which is tough because I need to stifle the Thespian stage ability, which means that they just get to do it next turn potentially. Unless we get to do it, which is nice. Yeah, if we stifle this one. 2. See how this plays out. They have 2 cards left. Yeah. They do get their own one now, but potentially... Oh, they just have Karakas. Yep. This league is fun. Oof. Well, maybe I'll be in bed a lot faster than I thought. Damn. Hey, nice, Panda. Oh, what are you going to play for Eternal Weekend? Hopefully it's not just like Delver and Initiative and other. I really hope there's like another deck that kind of takes it out. Spicy Lands? Nice. Very cool. This could be one of the fastest leagues I play. I feel like an Ouphe player. Yeah, it will be pretty cool to see what people play for Eternal Weekend, especially in the different regions as well. That's always really interesting to see. It was cool to see the lists come out of Japan for their Eternal Weekend. Very cool. I'll check out the Lands Discord for sure. Yeah, White Stompy is definitely a tough one. I'm not too sure. I mean, this does have both pieces, but it just doesn't really have anything in the middle that I'm pretty happy to mull this. This is better. Turn 1, Urborg, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Hexmage off stage. Turn 3, I guess we don't have to hold that up, so I think we just bottom a crop here. Gives us access to all colors and 2 ways to get there. This league. Alright, opponent. I guess it's just the swords here that we care about. But cool to see Punishing Mav. So I don't want to play the Hexmage into the Punishing Fire, of course. Bug Fit? Nice. Is that going to be with like Witherbloom Apprentice? Combo's pretty cool. I assume we just see Outland here. Get a creature on the board. This will attack. They have the Savannah for Endurance. Primetime Valakut with Dryad. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Ooh, another Thoughtseize is pretty nice. So I have some options here. We can play the Dark Depths, and then we have 2 mana in black through Urborg and Dark Depths to play Hexmage, use it on Dark Depths, and then have crop rotation for Sejiri Steppe. Or we can Thoughtseize our opponent, take them off most likely just the Endurance, and then pass with Hexmage. I kind of like Thoughtseize this turn because the Endurance means I kind of have to go for a Sejiri Steppe if I want to get through, which opens me up to more removal. So I kind of like Thoughtseize. Okay, so it's just a forest. Black, Hex. I can play around Karakas here. I don't have to play around Wasteland because I have the second stage, or like second way to turn it on. I guess there's a world where they... Oh, okay. That's pretty good for us because now we just have known information. Really tough spot for them. Yeah. Maverick. I like the Dismembers mainly for Knight. I do like the Fling. I also like the Sylvan Safekeepers. I don't mind Surgical, but I don't want to be that guy. I do like the Not of This Worlds, mainly for Swords and Karakas. I do like the Spirit Guides. I do like the Petals, but I could see it being a slower match due to their interaction, so the fast mana isn't needed as much. I really like the Needles. The Search, the Stifles are pretty nice against things like Wasteland. I could just see Hand Disruption being dropped down. There's also a world where Hand Disruption is better than extra 8. That's going to be it. Do you think it's possible to use initiative creatures in Green White Maverick? Yeah, I definitely think it is. I know that Dan Neely came second in the Legacy Challenge with a Abzan version with 2 white plumes in it. Pretty happy just to keep double combo. I know that they most likely know we're going for the combo, but okay. Definitely a tough one for them. Oh, that's really nice. Because I think for Maverick, you really want to be on the front foot. And having mana issues can be a bit of an issue. Yeah. I guess they do have like interaction like Karakas. If we have Pithing Needle, they have Force Pitch Knight, which isn't great, but you get to draw into it. But right now they have no real game plan, which is really tough. Because I think Maverick wants to put me in a position where I feel like I have to go for it and then get me there, instead of allowing me to set up. I don't mind acting like we have crop rotation here and just playing out a Hexmage. Like maybe my opponent's thinking, okay, why are they doing it like this? Am I supposed to wasteland this depths in response? Do they have crop rotation? If they do, am I supposed to, you know, wait? Tough spot for sure. Wow. So what if I float this for green? Now what do they do? Do they throw the wasteland into it? Ah. Sure. Savannah. Okay. Wow. Just told my opponent, don't concede if you don't have a second piece of interaction, because I'm 0-3, so I'm happy to concede. So we get to not this. And then, yeah. I assume there we just get in and win. But I don't think there's much to take from this. Like, we got the win, but now let's see our opponent go on and hopefully do better than us with Mav. But 4, yeah, we'll go 4. We'll go 4. There we go. Updated. Yeah, I mean, that's just... Oh, it's 1-1. I want a good game 3. Let's run this back. I am all over tonight. I am all over the house. They brought in forces, which is interesting. Like, I guess there's a world we keep in the petals, but I could see changing them out for the Elvish Spirit Guides. This is actually pretty nice, because we have interaction with something like Knight of the Reliquary. We have 2 mana for Hexmage. We have crop for Dark Depths, and we also have Knot to cover us, so pretty happy to keep this. Hey Mapson, I am not. I have a lunch on that I really want to attend, so I'm not going to play in the Eternal Weekend. But if you are, best of luck. Hope you do well. I assume Naya, but I mean, these days with the Turtle Weekend, you can't assume everything. I think at some other event you played Delver, because you were looking for counterbalances. Stifle. Ooh. Isn't it at 7 p.m. our time? It is at 7 p.m. our time. It's a pretty big lunch for me. It's gonna roll into the evening, no doubt. Pretty happy just to hold the Stifle. I don't think grabbing the fetch land is really where I want to be, because we're a little bit lost here to Wasteland, which I'm happy to Stifle. Also Karakas to some extent. I guess the Stifle would take them off white mana at the moment, which is quite nice. Like, what's worst case? If we Stifle this, they can't have interaction here, so we get to untap, have 3 mana. Hexmage, crop into Dark Depths, make it, untap. They use 1 white mana, either through a Swords to Plowshares or a Karakas, but we have Not of This World, so I think I actually can Stifle this. I don't have to hold it. Yeah, it's tough. I think that Maverick can be a Fiend Artisan deck. The issue that I have competitively is trying to tell anyone to play Fiend Artisan Mav over Elves Mav or Orcs. But it's pretty sweet because it does give you an access. It does give you access to some of your white and black hate bears, things like Spirit of Labyrinth or Plague Engineer or Opposition Agent, which is really nice. We do want to upkeep this crop. So I can't play around a Wasteland. Dark Depths. Prismatic Ending. Alright. That is the GG's. Alright, let's finish this out. Whiskey God Elves does play Knight of the Reliquary, and it's called Elvish Reclaimer. And it's also an elf. Probably the easiest way to put it. But yeah, I played around with Fiend Mav a little bit, and I really enjoyed it. Newton gave me a few lists as well that looked a bit like this, where you're kind of looking at, I believe he had 4 Thalia and something else. 4-4-4-4. It wasn't as hate bearish and a lot more just dedicated to the playsets of impactful cards, which I really liked. But yeah, I think there's definitely room for it in Maverick. This actually doesn't even have Fiend Artisan in it. What am I looking at? Newton Mav, there's Fiend, there's Fiend. Yeah, I think it was more this one. I don't get it. Why I can see the last game. Because my opponent was better in score than I was. Like, I'm currently 0-4, so there's no real reason for me to try to take the win and go 2-3 when potentially my opponent could just win out and go 4-1. So I think from like an EV perspective, it's just nice. Yeah, exactly. How long has this been? This has been a stream of an hour. Well, it's been an hour? 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? That's crazy. I thought this was like 20 minutes to say, yeah. Yeah, tough. I mean, like, Rainbow, I don't think you need to change it up too much. Like, it's just nice where it is, but it is pretty tough to play against some of these newer cards. I'm not a big fan. It does have like 3 ways of protection, 4 ways of protection in Ghost Court and Other's World, Stifle, and Thoughtseize, but just a little bit too slow. I want to have those 2 pieces. We have 1 piece, a lot of protection. The nice thing about Crop here is that all 12, I guess all 16 draws of the 4 Hexmage, Crop, Dark Depths, and Thespian Stage are online. So I could definitely see keeping this, probably just bottoming the Gemstone Mine. But maybe I am just a little bit too aggressive with how I keep Rainbow hands. But at least this has a bit of a... Oh, Maverick again? At least this has a little bit of a plan. Okay. Nice. Could be humans as well. Oh, this is sweet. It's going to be... Oh, no. Oh, I guess I did mean to take that, but still. I'll play the Lotus Petal, but I won't play the Needle, because I kind of want to play the Crop instead. Interesting, they don't currently have red mana for the Fable. I think I do just want to save this for another... it's tough. Yeah, I think it's actually incorrect to not play the Needle, because the Crop rotation is a copy of Dark Depths or Thespian Stage, which allows you to draw into any piece of the combo and then have the other piece there virtually. Whereas Needle is really, like, the role is just to name Wasteland, so I think I should have just played this and taken out this. Because now it's a little bit awkward about how I want to go about this turn. I actually think I just take the L and hold the Crop, because it's much better than trying to go for 1 piece in the blind and then drawing that same piece off the top. I assume they go for Birds of Paradise here off the Green Suns to get red mana and also a flyer. Sadly, this deck doesn't play Wasteland itself. Huh. Okay, that's quite nice. I'm gonna name Wasteland again, just because another one will be really tough. At least the Karakas we can play around with Not of This World. Add. Okay. Come on, combo piece. Bang. Oh, there it is. Haha. All right. That's why I really like holding that Crop. Like, sometimes you can just get caught out by, like, we're getting wastelanded, so we should use the Crop for value, but It's really like, what is the role of crop rotation? It's to find one piece of the combo. Okay, well, how do you make the chances of you getting the combo together online quicker? Oh, it's by probably keeping it and then just adapting to what you draw into. They pitched a Wasteland. There's no great blocks here. So they have 3 cards in hand. 1, 2. Punishing Fire. Crop and Hope. If you don't have another answer here, what you could have done is waited for me to either crop rotate or done it in upkeep. Because then that just buys you a bit of time to either get rid of the Hexmage in response to crop rotation, or have a Merit Liege now that doesn't have pseudo haste, I guess. But I can only assume that there's something coming. Endurance. I'm not going to play the mine. My opponent could be thinking of like Stifle, potentially a few other things. They do get in for 4 here. Oh, they drew the Karakas. Yikes. Tough. Alright. I think it's going to be very similar to the last one, so taking out some of the fast mana, bringing in the Dismembers, the Fling, the Safekeepers. Actually, Inquisitions aren't too bad. Especially on the play. It could just be this. We got Leyline, Surgical, Scrying, Spirit Guide. Yeah. I don't think Leyline's worth it. Surgical's definitely interesting because they have both like swords and Wasteland. What do we got? Fast mana and some interaction. It's a no for me, dog. No piece of the combo. 1 piece of the combo and Fling. And thoughts. Okay, okay. We definitely keep the Gemstone. 2 cards back. Kind of like that Scrying could potentially get us an Urborg next turn. I think it's going to be the Stifle and the Fling, unfortunately. Opponent goes to 6. Okay, so they have Karakas, but we can take out Mum. do we care about the mum? I think we do, just because of Dismembers in the deck, and like taking out something like a Knight of the Reliquary. I'm gonna cast that. It does open us up to like a prismatic ending, but it also might just make our opponent think about Wasteland. Savannah. Okay, let's go with green. This scrying. I think I'm happy to go for Urborg over stage, which is tough, but just be able to see what they have in hand and take them off, yeah. Okay. So we knew what they drew, so there's no point playing Inquisition here. Wonder if they just get dried up to start the beats. Yeah, okay. I guess it's also quite nice for Cradle in hand. Now we're a little stuck. Interesting that they played this when we know about these two cards. So like, if they didn't play this, then I probably Inquisition them next turn. Okay. That's a start. A little bit awkward because of the Mother Runes. So we can't even stop the bleeding, but we do have some nice outs. We have Pithing Needle. We have Not of This World. We have Fling. Cradle. Ooh, that's also quite a good card. Don't do it. Don't do it. It can't be Swords to Plowshare, Savannah. Oof. Inquisition. Teague. Okay. I think we play around Wasteland off the top here. It's so tough. Because then we're left with just the Dark Depths, or just the Urborg as Safekeeper interaction, but I think that's the only way, honestly. Oh, but now Wasteland just does it anyway, because they can actually sack Wasteland, target Urborg in response if we try to sack, then they just Karakas the Marit Lage, so Wasteland there is actually just a win, pretty much. So it doesn't really matter what we do there. I guess what the Hexmage does in upkeep is that it puts the Marit into play at least. But then, yeah, no, I think that's actually wrong, because then we lose the Hexmage and the Dark Depths for nothing. Ah. Green Suns? Probably Endurance. which with Mum is obviously very good. And then they just have Karakas this every turn. I think I hold this because if we draw a crop rotation off the top, might as well attack. I guess, yeah, there's no real need to attack. Yeah, the Mum's very, very good. Because it's pretty much a strip mine every turn. Dismember kind of does it here as well. Oh! Okay. Okay. Like, we just had to, right? It's kind of one of the only ways. Terrible. It's actually pretty interesting because if we give Pro green and then they have swords to plowshares, we can't actually give protection. But if that happens, that happens. Yeah. Oh. They're going to sword to their own creature. Go to 21, go to 1. Okay. Well, a little bit of a win there, because now they have to draw into another piece of interaction. I think they just didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing with that. Minsk? Okay. They can now... Yeah, that's actually really good, because they can sack and target, and then if we lose this... Yeah. Tough. So we sack, they just crack us in response. Tough. Well, that is a quick one, and I'm not going to do another. I'm going to go to bed after that stomping. But still fun to play. I mean, Rainbow Depths can definitely have its days, and today just wasn't them. But Fling was kind of cool. I think if I ran this back, I would probably move away from the Flusters and more towards Mindbreak Trap, just to have a better match against some of those really fast combo decks that are trying to go under Initiative, like we saw in Game 1. Initiative, I'm not really going to board for. Like, we have Dismembers. Dismembers and Force of Vigors are kind of what you can hope to draw into. I think, like, forcing on Chrome Mox could buy you a lot of time. but it obviously depends on the hand. But I know that people are definitely forcing Chrome Mox a lot more than usual. But yeah, tough one for sure. Tough one for sure. Tough as well to not have a backup plan. Obviously, I think Naya Depths is probably the best positioned depth deck right now, if not lands. But I think Naya Depths is a bit easier to move into than it is to start playing and being a lands player. But yeah, definitely missed that backup plan of like Reclaimers or Knights. It's a pretty tough metagame to be all in on the combo, and to have that plan B is quite nice. I've been playing around with a green-black wish list, which is kind of cool, which still puts you down on the actual combo, because you only have 3 depths, 3 stage, 3 Hexmage, but then you have some pretty cool cards you can go and get. So you have some really nice haymakers in just great combo cards. You can obviously get Fair Macabre off Living Wish straight away and hopefully use it straight away. You have Hexmage, Safekeeper, and Ouphe as targets. And then you have Tower, Stage, Tabernacle, Step, Depths, and Boseiju as targets. It's been pretty fun. It's got like a few 4-1s, but it's tough because it obviously puts you down percentage points in having that game 1 combo as fast as possible, because you have to take the time to Living Wish if you do draw one of the Living Wishes in place of either Hexmage, Depth, or Stage. So yeah, pretty fun to play around with for sure. Living Wish is a hell of a card, especially for cards like Tabernacle or of course Fair Macabre against some sort of graveyard deck. It's really nice, but I think in a format like it is right now, just really isn't the time to dick around. You kind of have to have a plan and just go hard. But you also have to do it in a smart way, because obviously Rainbow Depths can just backfire a little bit. You don't have too many like card advantage cards, so once you start using those spells and getting down on cards, it's hard to get back up without having to try to go for the combo and just win through that stage. But yeah, not too much else to say. I'm going to see who else is streaming. A big thank you to new followers and new subs. If you guys want to find me later on, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. No one's live. Well, GG's live is live, so I'm going to send you guys there, but just for the sake of rating. But hey, I hope you guys have a great week. Have a great weekend ahead. I'm going to be back sometime in the near future, but not too sure when. But yeah, keep your heads up, and I'll speak to you all soon.